in game. The Niners sitting at 2-3. They were a Super Bowl contending team heading into the season. They still could be. I am obviously very eager to hear your response to this question, Shady. You know how I feel about the Niners, one of the best teams in football over the last 5 years. Are the Niners in trouble?
I think so, right? This year, even last year, the year before that, anytime the Niners were down, I'm like, yo, there's no way they're going to lose. There's no way that they're going to not be in the playoffs. Every year, Kyle Shanahan and the Niners are a team that you can always potentially see in a conference game, right? Guaranteed the playoffs. Guaranteed to win a division. But now, I don't know. So they lost to a Rams team that don't have Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, or Puka, and you still lose? Right? With a young defense that I can't name maybe, 4 guys on a team?
Give up a lead, too.
To keep it real? Then you go to Arizona. So, you know what? You're at home. Ain't no way where a little man, Kyler Murray, gonna beat you at home, at the crib. Yeah. You up 13 points in the second half, and you lose. Come on. So now I'm worried. And then the worst part about this thing is, it don't get no easier, though.
That part.
So if you can lose to the Rams with no guys on defense and no guys on offense, you can lose to Kyler Murray, who hasn't been playing really well,
Talk
right?
about it.
Oh. But now you got to see the Seahawks. Seahawks ain't doing really that bad.
No.
Then you got the Chiefs. You know how that's going to go, right? Every time you see them, you know y'all lose. Playoffs over regular season. Cowboys. Say what you want about the Cowboys. They be finding a way to win sometimes. Then you go to your bye week. Tampa Bay still hot. Seahawks again. Green Bay, a lot of talent. Good coaching.
They got a tough schedule now.
Buffalo. So all I'm saying is like, yo, when you ask about being where, because if you can't beat the bad teams, if you can't beat the teams that's depleted, don't have a lot of players, how you gonna beat the good teams? Yeah. Kyle Shanahan, come on, earn that check.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Earn that check.
Because he said Kyle Shanahan, I'll piggyback off of this. They are in trouble until Kyle Shanahan gets out of his own way. I was rewatching the tape.
Hold on.
I know where you're going with this.
I don't, because he loved Kyle.
No, hold on. Just don't finish this thing with bang, bang, 9 again. Because you started off good.
I know where you're going.
Because you ain't never really said that you worried about these boys or Kyle Shanahan. You always bumming them up. So
let's hear this.
Start that over again, because that just shocked me. That shocked me a little bit. They in trouble. You said they in trouble. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you better start that over. Go ahead.
I'll be honest. I rewatched the game. The Niners are in trouble so long as Kyle Shanahan does not get out of his own way. In watching the game, it's like Kyle Shanahan is coaching as if his dad is in the stands and he wants to make his dad proud. He's hooping like his ex is in the crowd. And you know when you start dribbling the basketball all hard so you get an echo in a basketball on the hardwood?
That's me.
Kyle Shanahan's calling plays like he wants to show off America. The Cardinals allowed 216 rushing yards to the Commanders. And the week before, they allowed 187 rushing yards to the opponent. I believe it may have been the Detroit Lions. Yet Kyle Shanahan, you start your game with one running play of your first 9 plays. Your first 3 plays, you go 3 and out, pass, pass, pass. Who you showing off for? Who you showing out for? The Cardinals have the 4th worst run defense in the NFL. You have a running back who has the most rushing yards through 5 weeks in franchise history. Yet you don't run the ball in the first 9 plays but once? Who you showing out for? The Niners are in trouble until Shanahan gets out of his own way. Because right now, Shanahan is in his own way. He is what's stopping this offense. I'll get to the defense later. But I need Shanahan to get out of his own way immediately. Jordan Mason got 500 yards plus through 5 games. You play the Cardinals, they can't stop a nosebleed. No, still running. And you don't even try to test them. Make that make sense. I think they're in trouble until that occurs.
The 49ers are in first place if they win?
Yes, sir.
If?
What happens if they lose? Talk about that part, too.
The first place.
Go to last place real quick.
The 49ers are in first place if they beat.
Yes.
If they beat the Seattle Seahawks. So, no, I'm not worried if they're in trouble.
If they lose, what happens, Chase?
Still not worried. They started 3-5 and 3-4.
That happened.
Okay,
that happened.
But I do believe they're trending in the wrong direction. It has actually nothing to do with on-the-field play. It has everything to do with what your star players are saying in the locker room to the media. Pro Bowl starter Charvarius Ward said this the other day. This year, for sure, it feels weird. It feels real, real weird. I mean, hopefully it'll turn around, but it's just real peculiar. We've got a lot of talent, and we're losing games we're supposed to win.
Sounds like trouble.
Sounds like trouble to me. Why are you talking about that in the media? And you got to imagine, like, I'm trying to put myself in that locker room, because I've been in locker rooms where you probably say some stuff you probably shouldn't. It should stay in-house. And that's what Kyle Shanahan does. He has a pulse on the locker room to keep it in-house. You got to imagine it's because of all the injuries they dealt with in training camp. Remember they had to cancel practice with the New Orleans Saints because they had too many injuries. That's got to deal with it, right? But then your contract issues. Last year, you had Bosa sit out. This year, you have Brandon Ayuk and you have Trent Williams out. Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams, in my opinion, along with Bosa and Fred Warner as well, are the vocal leaders of that locker room. Multiple people said that Trent Williams being out hurt them tremendously from a leadership perspective in that locker room. Right now, I think Shanahan, I get it, X's and O's. From a big picture standpoint, the 49ers are in trouble when you're airing out grievances in the media.
They in trouble. Smell like trouble. Sound like trouble.
Sound like trouble.
They in trouble. Can't beat the good teams. Vikings. Can't beat the bad teams. Rams. Cardinals. We had a topic last week. We had a topic that Acho came.
You didn't want to say Jets? They're bad, too.
Jets. We put Jets in there. We had a topic last week that Acho came up with.
Which one, sir?
Is it a must-win for the Niners against the Cardinals? I stood up here and said, it's a gonna win.
You did.
I said it's a gonna win because that's what the Niners do. The Niners find a way to beat bad teams. The Niners find a way to get themselves out of slumps. When they have to win, they find a ways to win, right? That's not this Niners team, and that's why they're in trouble. And the main reason why they're in trouble is what's the goal for the Niners? If it's the Jets, let's make the playoffs successful. Right. If it's the Rams, we make the playoffs. With the roster we have, it's successful. With the Niners, with what they have, man, it is Super Bowl or bust for the San Francisco 49ers. And when I watch this team play right now, I don't have that Super Bowl feeling. Even in the past years to where they overcame some of this stuff, we can look at the Niners and say, just wait, right? The Niners is going to be the Niners by the way they play. And win or lose, the Niners going to be all right. I cannot watch the Niners play right now and confidently say the Niners are going to be okay. They're not playing like that. They're not talking like that. The Niners are in trouble. They're in big trouble. I don't care if they win or lose this game. The way it's looking right now, they're in trouble. I tell y'all all the time, when we were 15-1, we were playing better when we were 10-6. We had more confidence in the locker room when we were 10-6, right? Even though we lost a couple games, we're watching the tape like, oh, yeah, we'll make that play. And if we make that play, we're going to be a dominant football team. When we were 15-1, it's like, we're not really rolling like that. We squeaking out some wins, we finding ways, but we are not playing consistent good football. That's what I see with the Niners. They're not playing consistent good football. The quarterback got 6 turnovers, 6 total touchdowns. Right? So whatever we want to say about him, however he playing,
they're not going to talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is they are not playing on both sides of the ball. I'm not confident. They in trouble, man.
And I just think that's why I didn't even bring up the first place and all that, because like with the Jets, we talked about that. Like we find our coach, but hey, we could be number one in our division if we beat the Bills. But this is not the Bills. I mean, this is not the Jets. This is the Niners. All we do is go to Super Bowls or NFC Championship games because we are that good. So now when I look at this team, it's like, I don't see that. So when you talk about are we worried? Yeah. Because I'm not worried about them going to the playoffs. They probably get to the playoffs. I'm worried about the standard for the Niners.
What's the standard?
And to get over that hump that they did not get over yet.
I'm curious.
And those Joe boys.
I'm curious, because everybody's like, oh, McCaffrey coming back. To me, this ain't a McCaffrey issue.
It's not.
And Shady, you were running back, so you would know best. This isn't a McCaffrey issue. I do believe McCaffrey would have some home run plays that the Niners don't necessarily have. But, Chase, when I'm watching it, number one, the defense is struggling. Y'all have given up 27, 23, and 24 points 3 times in the first 5 weeks. Last year, we only saw that through 17 games. I believe it was 3 times in totality. Lamar Jackson was responsible for one of those. We all saw that. That was a Brock Purdy 4-interception game. When I look at the Niners' defense, they're not stingy enough. Y'all got a 10-point lead versus the Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals. Win that game. True story. I'm going to tell on myself right now. I saw the Niners were up by 10. You know, during the course of NFL Sunday, it's long for us. We work 5 days a week.
Last Sunday.
I work 6 days a week because I work on Saturdays for college football. Then, like Chase said, last Sunday, we had to wake up at 6:30 to watch a Vikings game. So I'm like, okay, when can I sneak a nap in?
Yeah.
Right? The morning games are great. The afternoon games are pretty tough. Right? Like, I think the Raiders play the Broncos or something in the afternoon. So I was like, okay, when can I sneak a nap in? I said, Cardinals down by 10, Niners winning. I got 15 minutes. Set the alarm. I got a quick 15.
Yeah. Boom.
I wake up, it's 23-21.
You got a nap.
I said, how?
Kyler Murray.
And then I watched the rest of it. I said, they lost? Yeah. You up by 10 versus the Rams without Aaron Donald, like Shady said. No Cooper Kupp, no Puka. I said, how?
Yeah.
So, Chase, I can't even truly make sense of this right now.
Well, I just say, to your point, they don't know how to finish, defensively or offensively, right? Like, they had a lead against the Rams, Matthew Stafford happened. Okay, they had a 10-point lead against the Cardinals in the fourth quarter, and then Kyler Murray happened. Kyle Shanahan was 38-0 when he was leading by 10 points at the start of the fourth quarter. 38-0. This is a historic collapse. Like, let's put it into context. With that, like, look, they can be in first place if they win, yada. But they got to learn how to finish. That's my biggest thing.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.